do I have with me here today?
Yeah.
Who do I have?
I am Dwight MacPherson, and this is my wife, Rebecca.
Thank you guys so much for your time.
Yes, it's good
You
to be
guys
here.
been in Lakeland, right? I know you guys from a couple years ago.
Yes, we did. We moved here in
2014
because our oldest son was going to attend Southeastern, and we were living in Tennessee at the time. Yeah, so
Where are you
it's
originally
been a
from?
whirlwind. I'm originally from Michigan, and my wife is originally from
I was born in
what's she
Brooklyn, New
claiming?
York.
Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah.
But raised in Los Angeles.
Wow.
Yes,
One big
I
city
grew
to
up on
another
both
one.
coasts, yes.
Yeah. Well, my family left Michigan in '78 after the blizzard of '78 and headed down here to Florida. So, and we actually ended up here in Lakeland.
No kidding.
And my uncle and aunt had come here first. And so we came here. I went to Cleveland Courts for like half a year. Then I went to Dixieland Elementary for
wow.
a year. So then we ended up moving down to Palmetto by Bradenton. So I know this area. I came back. I graduated from Citrus High School in Inverness.
Okay.
And then I came back down to Southeastern for college.
Oh.
Did a year of college, and I said, I wish I had more money for college. So I said, hey, I'll join the Army. So I joined the Army in '90, and I really liked it. So I ended up staying in the Army and doing 14 years. I was going to retire out, and
Wow.
I was injured.
What was your MOS?
I was a 91 whiskey.
91 whiskey.
It would have been a 91 Alpha when
What is that?
when you were in combat medic.
Medic. Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's funny because when I went through it was 91 Alpha, and when I graduated, they said, oh, we changed it to 91 Bravo. And and like, 2000, they said, okay, we're changing it to 91 Whiskey.
Wow.
So I had one job in 3 MOSs,
That's funny because when I went in the Army, I went in the Army in '89. And when I signed up, it was 19, the opposite of 19 X-ray. And I was like, well, what the hell is that? And I get there, and they changed it to 19 kilo, I think, 19 kilo. And I was a
Right.
tank driver, didn't want an Abrams tank.
Okay, so they did
So
to
they
everybody,
yeah,
huh?
that's right, back in the 80s,
Oh
90s.
man, Abrams. Yeah, I got to deal with them a little bit. Tankers are awesome. At Fort Hood, 17 Cab, we were div cabs, so we had it all. We had tanks, we had the scouts, we had it all. Air support and everything.
I heard they moved all that too, to Georgia or something.
Really?
Because Fort Knox, tanks ain't in Fort Knox no more?
Well, that's at Fort Hood. Fort
Okay.
Hood is where 1st Cavalry Division is. So yeah, that was probably my best time in the military. I loved being in the Cav. The history,
Yeah.
the rich history, the cavalry. That's actually, if you've seen that movie, We Were Soldiers Once.
Mel Gibson.
It was a book. We Were Soldiers Once and Young, and that was 17 Cab, which had been Custer's.
No kidding.
Custer's unit.
Holy
Right.
Toledo.
So when they told Colonel Moore that he was going to be 17 Cab, he was like, I do not want that designation because of Custer, what happened to Custer.
Yeah.
But he did. You'll have to see that movie. It's
No, I've never even
phenomenal.
heard of it.
It's Mel Gibson and what's his name with the bushy mustache, Sam Keith.
Sam Neill? Sam.
See, here we are.
Oh, look at that.
He has a real bushy mustache.
Yeah.
You see him all. He was in Roadhouse.
Real slow, talking.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
Tombstone. He was in Tombstone.
Sam.
Is that Sam Neill?
He was in the one where they
I have to think of it. My brain is like my IMDb brain is.
the bowling one where he gets his hand cut off.
Oh, that I haven't seen.
Remember the comedy?
Oh no! I know who you're thinking of, but no.
He was sitting at the bar.
He was. Oh man, isn't that crazy? Well, he was in Yellowstone. Remember, he ended up in Yellowstone as well.
That's right.
And he did the Yellowstone prequel.
The prequel, right? That one.
Isn't that funny? I can picture
You
it.
feel like me.
He's
I
got
can't
a
remember.
big bushy mustache that covers his mouth.
I'll remember by the end of this.
Yes, we will.
Isn't this? It's Sam something.
It is. It is.
Oh
So-
gosh.
Rebecca,
Goodness gracious.
how did you get from New York to LA, if you don't mind me asking?
I was born in New York, and my mom decided to go somewhere with the warmer.
Oh,
it was
cold
actually-
weather.
It was the cold weather, which
Yeah.
most people do that. But
From my
so
dad.
we grew up in LA, but my grandparents and all my nieces and cousins were still in Manhattan. So every summer we would go there, Christmas and Easter. So I grew up by coastal. So that's how we ended up in Los Angeles.
Did you guys drive?
We drove and we took the Greyhound bus.
Oh yeah, remember those days?
Ooh, the
Yes,
Hound.
Route 66.
Mm.
It was, I loved it. I'm so thankful for
That's
those
awesome.
experiences because I saw the country. I
Yeah.
saw my country, so. it
Yeah,
was
my
a
mom
lot.
was from Kansas, and we lived in Cincinnati, and I got to go back and see my grandparents just a couple times,
Mhm.
but it was on the train,
Oh,
the
wow.
Oh,
Amtrak
Amtrak.
train, and I loved that. I
It's a
loved
great,
it.
great, I would suggest anyone take their family on a trip
Yes.
across the states. You
Yeah,
should just-
that's one thing we did. Every year
Yes,
we took a
yeah.
vacation. So when we lived in Florida, even after we moved, we went up to Michigan for summer vacation and stayed at my grandparents' house that was right on Clam Lake. And it's a beautiful area in northern Michigan. So that's why I wrote my book.
Just go ahead and tell me where it is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Hound.
over here.
There you go.
I was born here, Traverse City, Michigan, and my grandparents lived like right here, you know? So, yeah, I've lived all over the mitt.
Yeah. So from LA, how did you get to Lakeland?
Oh, that's a story right
Let's hear
there.
it.
That's a,
Please.
Wow.
I was actually working in Los Angeles as an independent producer of theater and film. And one of my other side jobs that I was doing was PR. And I brought over a few Lord of the Ring actors to LA for the Oscar parties.
Wow.
And they were involved in the comic industry. So they took me to a comic convention, and I had never been to one. That was the one in San Diego, Comic-Con, a true comic.
San Diego, man. I wish I
San
could
Diego.
go.
I lived there for 7 years as well. It's a gorgeous state.
I've heard all
Gorgeous
about it.
city. So I actually got a part-time job working at Meltdown Comics, which is a really huge store on in Los Angeles. And I was bored one day, and I went into the store to find something to read. And I found a comic called Dead Men Tell No Tales by Dwight L. MacPherson.
No kidding.
Had
What year
no
was
idea
this?
At the time, this was 2007. 2007.
2000. So you're getting ready to tell me a story.
Mhm.
You ended up marrying a
Yes.
man
Because of a comic
because
book.
of an
Comic.
author, but like half a country away.
Because he wrote that story in South Korea.
Yeah, I was
During the
stationed in
Army.
South Korea when
Yes.
I wrote it. It was funny when I left. They were like, Sergeant Mac, you're going to come back as Specialist Mac, because all NCOs get busted in South Korea. And I said, I'll take that bet. I spent all my time. I was a total library rat. I mean,
Oh,
I
you
was
were?
doing, reading, researching,
It
and
was
I
a
wrote the
great
script
book,
for
yes.
Dead Men Tell No Tales while I was in South Korea. So I came back not only an E5, but E5 promotable. So I said, nah,
Yeah.
But yeah, it was actually, yeah.
It was a fantastic.
So you read the
Yeah.
book, you take
I
it
read the
home.
book, I took it home. I thought this is before the whole Pirates of the Caribbean craze.
Okay.
Yeah,
This is a
I was
really cool
first.
story because he merged three famous pirates together in a historical story, which is a
What
really
was the name of the
perfect-
book?
Fiction.
Dead Men Tell No Tales.
And what year did you publish it?
Oh,
That's like
wow.
2006.
2006?
2006.
So they've been out a while.
So-
They had like a pirate, because of the pirate movies, they had a whole pirate display, all their pirate related.
What good timing for you.
I know.
Yes.
You-
I always seem to be ahead, a step ahead.
Yeah, step ahead. I know, because it would have been a better movie. But anyway.
Yes, it would have.
So I
How'd
read
the sales go?
It was phenomenal. It's the
Yes.
best-selling book that Arcana Studio has ever published.
Wow.
So I read that and I thought this would be a great movie. And so I contacted the publisher to see if the rights had been bought to the movie. He said, no, they haven't been bought, but hey, here's the author's number. Go talk to him. He's a really nice guy. I said, okay, great, thank you. So I just called him to thank him for writing such a great story. And we had like a 3-hour conversation about
Where are you? You're in
everything.
LA?
I'm in LA. He's in
And you-
Tennessee.
And you're in Tennessee.
I'm in
Okay.
Tennessee,
With 3 sons, raising 3 sons.
Okay.
Single dad.
Single dad.
raising 3 sons.
And we just ended up having more conversations, and from that, a year later, we met at a comic convention in Charlotte.
Mhm.
Heroes
So you came all the way over to
To
Charlotte? You
start to
went,
meet him.
Yeah.
He brought his son with him as a show,
Yeah, my oldest son.
Chaperone.
is this 2007, 2008?
2008.
2008, okay.
Yeah, he's
And,
chaperone.
He was chaperone. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And so since then
It was rated G.
we kept talking, and we got engaged in October of that year, and then the next year, in 2009, we were married. I knew it'd be easier for me to move to Tennessee than to move him and 3 sons to LA.
Right.
And I didn't
Getting
wanna
them
raise-
in
That's
school
expensive.
It's
and all
expensive,
that
and I didn't
stuff.
want to raise
Yeah.
children in Los Angeles, having been raised there.
And you were single,
I was
available?
single and available. I thought this was gonna be a new. So in one day, I became a wife and a mom to 3 boys.
Wow.
So
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's,
That's probably once in a lifetime. Who
Yeah,
marries an
see-
author that they like the book? I've never heard of
I
that.
never would have caught.
It should be made into a film.
You're right.
This would blow
That
Sleepless in
is, or a
Seattle.
Hallmark
out of the
movie or
water.
something.
There was no
Yeah.
intention, but it was just, I thought it was a great story. I love meeting authors, because if a story moves me, I like to meet the person who put those words to life, and that's why I usually go to book signings and stuff like that, so I thought, they call me, so.
So, about the book, just a brief tale about the book.
Oh, Dead Men Tell No Tales, you could probably talk, let me make this.
Just a quick one.
It's Captain Kidd.
It's Captain Kidd, Blackbeard, and Bartholomew Roberts, which are three of history's most famous pirates. But I found a way to tie them together that they're after the lost relics of Christ,
Wow.
that were taken by the Knights Templar from the Temple Mount. So there you go. Turns out those things are cursed, though, so there's a price to pay if you actually hold the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So it was a fascinating book. And so I think what really attracted me to him, not only because he was creative, but every time we talked, he would talk about his sons. I thought that was really important for him to be a good dad before he was a good husband. I
Absolutely.
thought that was really important
That's a
to me.
prerequisite.
It was a priority, so I thought that was wonderful. And we had to know each other because we couldn't meet for dates.
yeah.
I was in LA, he was in Tennessee, so we really got to know each other on the phone, and we had a lot of conversations, so we knew.
That is
And
fantastic.
AIM.
AIM, yeah.
You remember AIM?
Oh, what was
What
that?
was it? AOL Instant
AIM?
Messenger.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Back in the yeah.
Yeah.
Dial in.
Dad, I'm on the computer.
Yeah. Who hooked up the phone?
Yeah. Hang it up.
Yeah, I remember.
So-
in
Yeah,
fact,
it's been a while.
the day I got out of the Army, May 15th of 91, I went and bought my first computer.
Oh,
Because you
wow.
got the big paycheck when I got out, and I went home and I bought a computer and started playing the
Oh, wow.
AOL 3.1,
Yeah.
3 and 4 3/4,
Oh,
yeah.
my
Yeah.
goodness.
Man, those
Get
were
it in the
days.
mail.
Yeah,
Discman mail.
all the time. Well, you really
Yeah.
was.
He can tell you more about how we kind of got to where we are now with his comics, because they brought us together. But he
Okay.
had already been writing for quite some time.
So you guys you went back to Tennessee,
I moved to
Yeah.
Tennessee.
you moved to Tennessee,
Mhm, we lived
and
there.
then you guys decided, hey, time to get in the warm. How'd you get to Florida from Tennessee?
Well,
for Clay, Clay
yeah,
in college.
my parents were in Tennessee, so when I got out, I was single with 3 sons, so I moved close to my family in Tennessee. They're in East Tennessee. And I continued to write. I wrote, went to college at East Tennessee State University, and was publishing, and getting
Go
my
getter.
work published
It was-
and
that was a
everything.
very
Oh,
prolific
that was a
time.
very prolific time. It was very stressful and very difficult.
I can
But-
only imagine.
I put the kids number one, and now they're doing very well.
That's
Our oldest is 30.
30.
You think
okay.
you feel old?
Yeah, I got a 25 and a 21-year-old.
They are 30, 28, and 26. Well,
Yeah.
he'll be 26 in October
Okay, yeah.
on Halloween.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
baby. It was a treat.
Michael Myers MacPherson. No, not really. No. But our oldest, he served in the Air Force, because I told him, if you want to go in the military, you're going in the Air Force, excuse me. So he actually was worked with the stealth bombers.
Oh, wow.
He was a crew chief with the stealth bombers. So those,
Wow.
yeah. So well,
When
I
did you see
can't
that
talk
fly
about
over
it
like
too
the
much,
Rose
but-
Parade?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. At the Bucks. I think I've been at the Bucks. One came over one time.
Right. He did 7 years in the Air Force. He's a government contractor now, so he
Okay.
works for Honeywell, I believe.
GS, yeah.
So he's actually going to be moving back down here. He lives in Missouri now. He was at Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri.
You know what city by chance?
What's the name of it? Knobnoster?
Oh, okay.
It's like right outside
Isn't there a
Whiteman
Knob
Air
Creek
Force
bourbon?
Base.
Okay.
Knob.
Yeah, Knob Creek.
Knob Creek bourbon. Oh my
So
God.
the first time I met you guys was downtown Lakeland, and you were into
Yeah.
comics. Tell me about your comic career, if you don't mind.
Well, I've written I wrote a couple stories for Gene Simmons, and I also had a book published by DC Comics, the home of
Wow.
Batman and Superman and all those guys. But I had my own story, my own original story. I didn't want to play in their playground. I've always been like the Frank Sinatra of comics. I want to do it my way.
If you own your own rights, man,
I got
that's
so
the best
many
way to do
stories
it.
to tell. I mean, what am I supposed to do with all this?
You write up
stuff?
with the corporation, and they just
Right.
take it and run with it.
Right.
Give you pennies or sprinkles.
Yes.
So I've been published by Image Comics, who did The Walking Dead, which, that exploded. A lot of different publishers that I was working with, and I decided that I wanted to try my own hand at self-publishing my comics. So I created Hocus Pocus Comics with my wife, and we've actually put out, how many books have we
We've
put
been
out?
in business for that 9 years. We've had 9 comics. This is our 9th
Ninth
comic.
comic.
It's like
Yeah.
a comic a year. This is our most busiest year because this is released, and then we're gonna have 3 books released through Scot Media. So.
Yeah.
So you guys still haven't hit the big time, or have you hit the big time?
We're doing what we love. To me,
Yes.
that's the big time.
Right.
If you love
Fantastic.
what you're doing and
You
you're
never work a day in
actually,
your life.
yeah,
Right.
exactly.
It's about leaving a legacy behind of works
Yes.
that will hopefully carry
Absolutely.
on for generations.
Yeah,
And-
forever.
Yeah, and one thing
Yeah.
that we really wanted to do with the comics is that we knew the importance of comics being used in the classroom as an
Yes.
educational tool. So that was our focus
Yes.
on Hocus Pocus Comics. So we were able
And
to.
we were
give it-
way ahead on that too.
Yes, it's huge now. It exploded.
It's
People-
totally exploded on the collegiate
has.
level
Yes,
of
really.
teachers realizing how valuable, the
Yeah.
the medium is.
They learn.
They love,
Right.
for-
Kids
for-
learn.
Yes,
they
they
love the
do.
readers or readers that have special needs. They love the graphics
Right.
and the words. They can identify with it more. So we actually.
How do you
did that.
how do you do the graphics?
I work with several, the
Different-
miracle of the internet,
okay.
Several different art. The artist for the box is actually, he's Florida based as well, so
Yeah, that was a little bit easier.
That's-
to
that's
do. You
been-
know,
usually they're in like South America or
or
France.
somewhere, It's like
So we've worked
time
with
difference.
artists.
So this is your latest one. It's called The
Yes.
Box.
Yes, this is a
Yes.
Kickstarter campaign. This actually, this hardcover here is very special because we really did that for Kickstarter. You can't get that anywhere else.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So
And
that's-
I wanted to, I'd never had a hardcover, I've had my work consolidated in graphic novels, but I've never had a hardcover book. So really, I wanted to go out with a bang and create a hardcover.
Is that under your
comic.
Hocus Pocus
Yes.
name as well?
That's the
Yes.
one, right.
You guys have a website?
Yes.
What is your website?
madscot.net.
Spell that for me.
madscot.net.
.net. Okay.
And that's me, the Mad Scott.
Okay.
Because we're all mad here.
And you
Yes.
guys, you guys can get all your books, all your comics from there.
You can, yes, you can.
Yes.
Actually, this one is not available right now because it just came out. The
I'd say
books-
August,
Right.
we'll have that available on the
It'll
site.
be the
Not in
softcover.
hardcover, it'll be
No,
the
no.
softcover graphic novel.
Right, and that'll be available only on our site.
Yes.
Okay.
Purchase
Good,
yes.
that's good.
These books, the
Now, what is
novels
this one?
are.
Welcome to
Waadizi, Michigan.
Waadizi, Michigan.
Yes.
Right, about a year ago, we were discussing doing stories in a different way. And I have been kind of hounding him, saying, you know what, you could be an author, you could write novels, because some of the stories would not work within a comic format. So let's start moving towards some novels.
Well, there's no reason why you can't do them both.
Right, oh, no, but definitely, we want to
Yeah.
do something, we wanted to move our
Absolutely.
minds a little bit differently, so we thought, well, let's just start a company where we can actually do a lot of things underneath it, not just be
Right.
known as Hocus Pocus Comics,
Right.
did Scot Media to incorporate the books.
Yes.
And these are available on
Everything.
Amazon.
And what's this one
Yes.
about? This is your childhood?
I told you to
Well-
write what you know.
Imagine you had an explosion of Rod Serling's The Twilight Zone, The Shadow over Innsmouth by H.P. Lovecraft, and Stephen King's It. What if they all smashed together in a northern town in Michigan? And that's what you get with Welcome to Waadizi, Michigan.
Wow.
So it's small town, atmospheric horror, psychological
They call
horror.
it place-based cosmic horror.
That's
Place, base.
Yes, where a city
place.
is a character.
Yes.
Okay.
The city is a character
Right.
with a flashing yellow light in downtown. That's the eye.
Ah.
Eye of Waadizi.
And it's a small town?
It's
It's
small
very
town.
small town.
Right.
If you've ever been to northern Michigan, there are tons of towns like Waadizi that are just they're kind of like lost in time.
You blink and you're
You know,
falling
it's
through.
like,
Yes.
am I back in 1964 here? What's going on?
But I told him to write what he knows, and so Clam
did.
Lake, which is where he used to summer,
Mhm.
resonates throughout these stories. And
Yes,
so-
my love of Clam Lake.
Yes.
You wouldn't think it would result in a horror story, but there's a lot about memory, legacy,
Generational trauma.
yes,
That's
definitely
carried from
generational
family to
trauma.
family.
Me returning to my grandparents' house, I find it's no longer there.
Yeah.
And so it's just like they never existed. So really, with that in mind, I wrote the first book, but it really evolves past that. The second book, we just got a forward by Charles Cutter, who's a best-selling author, and he loved it.
Oh,
I was
wow.
like, wow.
He's
I
a
didn't know
lawyer
that.
based in Michigan.
He's a
Wow.
lawyer
He
who
writes
started
novels.
writing novels later in
No
life. Sound
kidding.
familiar? So
Try to get the Michigan theme going.
yes,
Go blue.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah, go blue. Actually,
Looky there, looky there.
Yeah.
Well,
Yep. I'm a Michigander through and through.
I'm sorry if I'd have known that.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen.
I'm kidding.
I love it. I love that
Buckeyes.
rivalry. I love
Yeah.
it.
OH.
I love the rivalry. That's awesome. I think that's great.
Yeah, fun.
So, the Return to Waadizi, which is the second book in this Waadizi cycle, will be available July 1st.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's a
we're-
good
we're
time.
coming
Yes,
right up.
that's right.
Yes.
Right. It's a good time to talk. And then the next one, which is already
I've
finished.
finished the first
Yeah, we'll be
the
in
first
October.
draft of the third book, and I won't say the title right now. Well,
Okay,
maybe I should say it for
it's
your
up to you,
viewers.
partner.
The Fall of Waadizi.
The fall.
The fall of Waadizi, Michigan.
Wow.
Yes.
You
So.
heard it here, folks.
Yeah,
There you go.
There you go. Nobody else knows that.
Now, does the Waadizi know about this? Do the people up there know about your book?
Well,
books?
it's funny because it's not a real town. I made it up.
Okay.
But like I said, it could be. It could be. Like if you look on the map of where Waadizi is, it's supposed to be, it's there on the map. You can actually go to a place. You can go to Clam Lake, Michigan, cabin rentals, right there on Clam Lake, just like I said. But there's no actual
Okay.
town
It's
right
kind of like
there, so-
Key Largo. What's that song with, let's go to Key Largo, Montego?
Oh,
I
yeah.
wanna take it to There's
Kokomo.
Kokomo. There's no such thing as
Yeah.
Kokomo.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, there's no such thing as Derry
Yeah.
or Castle
Twin Peaks,
Rock
yeah,
or
Twin Peaks.
Arkham or Innsmouth. So it's a fictional
That's
town.
fantastic.
But
And what's really neat is you guys are a team working
Yes.
together.
We are a
Yeah,
husband
we
You
are.
don't
and
get to
wife
see that a
team.
lot. You don't get
Right.
to see that a lot.
no, she's been. I mean, if there was a model for a writer's wife, it would be her. Like, base them all on her. So
You know,
she's
you may not know
extremely
this.
supportive.
He may be writing about you behind your back.
Behind my back, yeah. I write about him. Actually, the article I wrote about him is in the newest Haven magazine.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes, I
This-
did.
this
They asked
month?
me. Yes, they asked me to write an article from a writer's wife perspective on him, and it's in.
It's in the Lakeland Haven
Yeah, it's in the
monthly
Lakeland.
magazine right now?
Yes.
Yep, and- yeah,
This
it's
is,
just-
this is June of 2026.
Yes.
Oh, get it.
Yeah.
That
You
was
can
a
get
lot
that
of
everywhere
fun.
too.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
lot of fun doing that from my perspective.
That's
Going from his
fantastic.
childhood all the way up until now, and how he's always been a man of stories and words.
I make up stories about everything.
He
If you
does.
see a dead possum by the side of the road, that's Billy Opossum. And he was on on his way home from the pub, and
It's a great imagination. I mean, I have an
It's
imagination.
constantly working.
I don't put it on paper.
Right,
I
he's
just
constantly
let it
writing.
process through. I just don't put it on paper.
right. Well,
That's work. That's work.
Writers are constantly
Mhm.
we're writing even when we're not writing. I can watch TV and actually be writing in my head. I'm putting together motivations. Why did this person do that? Why did he go? So it's just I had ADD. I know that as a kid, but they didn't have any such thing. They just he's rambunctious or he's an imaginative
Riddling.
young man.
Can't sit
So
still.
I would go to school and, for show and tell, I would tell just a whopper. My parents had to go to so many parent-teacher conferences, So, yeah, I told some whoppers, but I remember writing
That's fun.
plays for me and my cousins to do when we
Wow.
were little. I mean, I've always loved to write. I kept travel journals whenever we traveled from Florida to Michigan and Michigan to Florida. And then my dad's parents live in Canada, so I wrote, about those travels as well. And my grandfather actually took my travel log and sent it to a newspaper in Canada, and it was actually printed.
Wow.
So it was like, wow, okay. So I did some work for the literary magazine in school, turned in a couple stories, and I never dreamed that I would be,
If you're
where I'm at right
persistent,
now.
eventually,
Right.
just being
Yes.
persistent
Being
continuously.
persistent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right, and making sure that the
Absolutely.
story is the most important part of it. Good
Yes.
stories are classic.
Yeah,
Right.
I was honeymoon. I went on my honeymoon to north of Canada, north of Toronto, called Lake Simcoe. Lake Simcoe, and it's beautiful up there.
Sounds familiar.
It's very
I
beautiful.
went to on the west side of Canada, like Lake Louise, that kind of.
Oh, wow.
Vancouver.
So are you still have friends out in LA that are gonna try to sell these two
Yeah, one of
down?
my little partners that I work with on the studio, he said, we should make that a movie. We should.
Why not? We're
Yes.
citizens, we're citizens.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You're not getting
I think
younger.
what's the third novel that's out, we'll do the audiobooks, 'cause that's what I love to
Oh,
hear.
yes.
To me, I love audio.
Yes.
Now, as I get older, it's easier for me to hear a book instead of sitting there trying to.
Same way with me.
It's just like, okay.
Yeah.
And that goes back to oral storytelling.
Oh, yeah.
Since time began. People
Absolutely.
Tell me a story.
Yeah, before there was written language, they were
Yeah.
sitting around
Exactly.
the fire,
That's what
you know.
audiobooks do so well.
The
because
bards,
people like that.
you know, the Odyssey and
Travel.
the Iliad, you know, traveling around, telling
Homer.
stories.
Yeah.
So,
Well, this is fantastic. So you got a book, this one's coming out later this year. This one's coming out pretty soon.
this
This
is
one's
out now.
out.
This one's out now?
Yes.
Okay.
Welcome
This
to
is the
Waadizi.
same book, this is
Yes.
just hardback.
Softcover,
This is
hardcover,
like
Amazon.
a drive-through of Waadizi. You drive through, so you get the drive-through view. In book 2, you've got to live there.
Okay.
So everything that comes with living in Waadizi, you basically
It's about to
inherit.
get real.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I could say more. I really love Shirley Jackson. I think she's one of the finest American writers of the last century, at least. I loved her story, The Lottery. And I don't want to say too much, but it greatly inspired me.
And actually, it's funny because being an inspiration, someone said that his work reminded him of Shirley Jackson.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What a compliment.
Yeah,
Well,
I was like,
they
huge
said,
compliment. Yeah.
Your work reminds me of Rod Serling of The Twilight Zone meets Shirley Jackson. And I was like, oh,
'Cause that's one
wow,
of my favorite
okay.
shows, The Twilight Zone. So I was like, oh my goodness.
I'm gonna get that on a t-shirt because
Yeah.
I love The Twilight Zone.
Yes.
And
Oh,
we
yeah.
both do. We're Twilight Zone freaks.
Yes.
Well, you know what
Yeah,
I mean.
no pun
We
intended.
love it.
Freaks
Yeah.
and geeks.
That is
Freaks and
fantastic.
geeks.
Well, again, if you don't mind, what's the website address?
It is madscott.net.
Mad Scott, is that one T or two T?
One T.
One T.
Yeah.
Um,
Because I'm Scottish. Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah.
Burns. My last name is
Oh,
Burns.
yeah.
Abby Burns.
Scott, I got
Oh,
to go.
nice.
Robbie
Robbie.
Burns.
Yes.
Yeah, Old Lang
I love
Syne.
Robbie Burns.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every year we hear him on January 1st, Old Lang Syne.
Yes.
We have a friend who actually does reenactments of Robert Burns
No kidding.
in Scotland.
Yeah,
Do you know I
He
went back
travels
there,
all over the place.
when I retired in 2017, I wanted to do my ancestry.
Mm.
So I started doing my family ancestry, and I went back and visited a lot of old, the cemeteries of the people, of faithful, and went back to Scotland, did a little research over there, and Robbie Burns is in our lineage.
that is
Yeah.
so cool.
We went to the,
I'd be all over that.
it was fun. It was
Oh, yeah.
fun. Yeah,
That's great
Glasgow,
PR right there.
Glasgow, Scotland.
The
where we're
Burns
from.
night, I think it was January.
I did my
I went to his
DNA.
birthplace.
And I was shocked. I mean, I'm a Heinz 57. You know, I've got some Icelandic blood in me. It's like,
Wow.
okay, so there's a Viking in the family.
Yeah, so it sounds like you guys come from the same place, yep.
Yes.
I went to his birthplace, his house is still there.
Yes, I know.
There's
I know.
cows and everything right here, and the bed's right here, I'm like, holy.
Man, I would love to go there and check it out. I haven't been to Scotland. I've been to some other countries, we'll just say, but you know,
Compliments of the army.
Saudi Arabia, South Korea, you know,
Yeah.
places
I was
like
one of
that.
the lucky ones. The unit next to us, 110, was deployed to Saudi,
Mhm.
but I was in a unit right next to us, I never got deployed. I was stationed, my whole duty station was in Fort Knox, Kentucky.
Oh, wow.
Never got deployed, so fortunate.
I was with ADA, and that's why right after Khobar Towers blew up in Saudi Arabia,
Wow.
my unit got there right after that, so.
I remember them packing up and leaving, yeah.
All of the added security and all that stuff, it was
That was a mess.
It was bad.
Yeah, it was called, not Desert Storm, but the one, Desert Shield.
right.
Desert
Well, it was
Shield.
after Desert Shield.
Okay.
Thank God. But yeah, Khobar Towers, they blew it up. You remember they parked a truck, and the Air Force security didn't see it, so it blew up and killed a whole bunch of Michigan
Wow.
National Guard, of all people, that was in the building. So We got there right after that, so you know how the Army does.
Yeah.
Everything's locked down, locked down, locked
Can't go
down.
nowhere.
They got the mirrors under the vehicles and, stand out here, and they got their weapons, ready for
Yeah.
you. Yeah, so it was.
Well, let's end this on a good note.
Yeah,
You guys got social medias account? You guys are out on
Yes.
social media?
we do.
What are their handles?
Well, we mostly use madscott.net.
Okay,
to
so
be
that's
honest
what you
with
recommend, okay.
But, and we do have links to our socials that are on there, so
Okay.
we're really trying to,
And what about book clubs? Aren't you guys part of a book club here?
No.
I thought you guys were with, they used to have book clubs around here that people went to, like every other
We've done
Wednesday.
different events, like book signings at different places. Like,
Okay, you guys still
yeah,
do
we have a
tours
signing
and-
coming up.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
we do have,
Yes.
yes, July 25th at the Unbound Bookery, we have a signing to celebrate this.
Oh, okay.
And the second book,
July
Yes.
25th,
Yes.
right here in Lakeland.
right here in Lakeland,
Yes.
11 a.m. to 2 p.m.
At Unbound Bookery. That's
Unbound.
right on.
So we're
Yeah.
gonna start doing like a book tour.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, this
That's
is
how
the
it happens.
first-
That's exactly how it
this is the
happens.
first one.
Yeah, we gotta get out
Yeah.
there. So we have to step back and write.
Have you guys talked to the coffee shops and everything to put them in there?
Oh yes, we're doing the whole
Yes.
Okay.
circuit, because it's in a lot of, we actually have our books in the Lakeland Public Library. Because again, we wanted to have that be educational
Yeah.
for
Right.
kids, so we could
You
have.
have 3 or 4 different ones here in Lakeland.
Right.
And
Oh, yeah, we
I
have
got
a lot of
connections
coffee
if you
books.
guys need it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes, no, we wanna get
I'll
them
hook
in
you
all the
up.
bookstores, the coffee shops especially, that would be awesome, so that's what we're doing right now,
That's wonderful.
pound the pavement with the books.
We're working on getting it into all the local
Yes.
bookstores.
That's
Oh,
wonderful.
absolutely.
Talking to you, Vampire Penguin.
There you go. That's
yeah,
the new
so-
one.
That's the
Sells that
new-
ice cream stuff.
Yes.
And even
Yeah.
Mitchell's, I don't know if Mitchell's Coffee House has books, but.
They got a free bookcase. I don't think they're selling.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But you can put a copy up there and people can
Oh,
come and bring it
yeah.
over
Oh,
there.
we've done that. We've
You don't
left
even check it
different
out.
places
You
around
just bid it.
Lakeland.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done it all.
Oh, that's
Disney
cool.
Springs. They
Yeah.
left a copy of our book. That was funny.
Yeah.
And you got, yeah, there's several of them out there.
There's so every other day there's like a new coffee
Inklings.
house opening.
Yeah,
In
I
retail
know.
over there.
You could do like
But
a,
Black and Brew. I guess that's the first place we actually met
you could
somebody.
do like a
that's
coffee hop, like do a bar hop, and
Yeah.
The
coffee.
Lakeland book crawl. We're gonna do the coffee house crawl.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Rebecca,
Thank you so much.
Dwight, thank you guys. This has been
Appreciate it.
pleasant
It was an honor.
with your time. My pleasure. I want to thank Coas for letting me use this beautiful
Yes.
room.
Yes.
And you guys have a fantastic day.
You
Yeah,
as
you
well.
too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.